friend, it's Pat Sloan here. I have a lot jammed into this video today. We have Block Wednesday, we have day 2 of critters for this week, and I decorated. I put up the fall quilts, the Halloween quilts, and I just love how everything looks this year. It is just, I just love it. I love all the quilts. So first, let me just introduce this one. This quilt was done, I don't know, what did I do, 2 years ago or something? It was from a Layer Cake, the Layer Cake book, A Perfect 10. It's from the Perfect 10 book, and it's called the Birthday Quilt. I would make this one again. This is such a fun one. It's so effective, and I love that there is sort of a little bit of a ballerina pink in with the Halloween stuff on this one. So we'll do Block Wednesday first, then we will look at the critters and then do the tour to wrap it up. So let's take a look at the stuff for the block for this week. See the little cat up there too? I have a little black cat. Maybe I should get a little black cat. Greg would say like, eh. I'm not sure. I've never had a cat before, but I have a little black cat up there. That's the quilt. That's the cat image is in my Teach Me to Machine quilt, and also I did a free cat in my one of my block of the months with home in it, the word home in it. I'll link it below. Okay, we are on block number 4, and it is the yummy foods of fall. Oh my goodness, I want to hear about your fall foods. So when you share your block, tell me what that yummiest food is. And now, you know, you don't have to say whether you like pumpkin spice or not. I am a recent convert to the pumpkin spice, but I do like those spicy flavors. Like I showed you that cookie that has a really spicy, you know, like lots and lots of flavor. So our block is, here we go. And I have the, whoop, come on. Ah, my fingers. Okay, so we have the worksheet, and then if you need a table runner, you know, like I might need, I need a fall table runner. There is a layout for one, and so the colors. Let's first look at the blocks that I already have done in my these Midnight Garden fabrics. 1, 2, and 3, and I really loved using this pink. And so what I'm thinking is using pink in this, like white, pink, and then the dark, the charcoal. And so I pulled some of those. This is what I pulled to do. So I've got several pink options, and I want to use this. I think I want to use this for the white portion of the block. And then the dark, you know, this would be in the corners, so I can kind of fussy cut from those images. And then I might the center, I might use the actual background fabric rather than the white again. I don't know, or I might use the white. But then I have the pink here. And so, you know, block wise, I think, you know, it's really not like a big major thing for this pink for 2 of them, because either this one with the leaves, or this one which is much more tone on tone because it just has a tiny little vine on it. Either one of those I think is really perfect because these 2 have like a lot of pattern. But then I've also pulled the roses, which I'm thinking I don't want to go with the roses. I think I'm just going to go with the calming one like this. And so let me sew this up and we'll see how it looks. Oh man, see, I'm not sure that I want those in the corner. I'm going to switch them and see how it looks. And also I have these center ones just pinned here. I just pin them into the design board. You all need these design boards. You need them. Okay, let me switch it. Oh yeah, I like that better. The stronger one really pops towards you, and I want the background to recede, and so the pink does that. Okay, love it. All right, gonna sew it up. Okay, must be gremlins. I totally put it together wrong. Remember, I want these inside here, so I'm ripping. Well, that's better. I can't believe I sewed the whole dang thing. I went to film it and I was like, darn. Okay, so here it is. I love it. Now we're going to talk about critters because, you know, this is a deep dive week on the critters, and my focus today is the layout. I have to get that all drawn in the computer, and I wanted to be able to I want to show you that process as I'm figuring out how to do the layout for this guy on the computer. So let's just get into it. Let's go. So here is the one I need to fix. I will put in here the goat 1, and it's 12 by 16, which means the finished size is 11.5 by 15.5. And what I'm doing is I'm making them as big as I can. I want to group this so that I can move it with the size, so that I can move the units. If they're not grouped, then if I move that, see what happens. This again is software that is very old, called Draw Plus 8. It is out of business. It was bought by somebody who then closed this product, and so there is no support. You can't buy it unless you're buying a used copy, which I do not recommend because you don't know if it's really going to work. And it's any program that can do squares on a grid is what this is. I just don't have the grid showing because I don't like to see grids visually. Let me just show you this one little section right here with the coyote, the bunny, the elephant, and the cat, because I have to measure all these still, but I'm kind of curious about kind of closing in the gap here. And I'll show you just, I made everything as large as I could, trimmed it as large as I could. I can always trim it down, some of them, not all of them, but I can trim some of them down. So here you can see this is 9.5 inches wide. This is 9 3/4 of an inches wide. I don't use the fractions the way you write. I use them like this because that's the way it is in here, 9.75, 9.75. So the elephant, I could trim a 1/4 inch, like a little skinny bit off of each and make them the same size, but I'm still going to have to add stuff. So let's see what's going on here. So I'm going to, you know, this bunny is a bit taller, and the cat is also not quite reaching there. 6 3/4, no, he's 9 1/4 tall, and this is 9 3/4 tall, so that's a 1/2 inch strip in there. And I might balance it out, so like I would probably balance it out like this so that I just don't have these kind of, you know, too, you know, like it, I don't want it like a big wide thing. I mean, I could if I found like a perfect fabric. What is that? Let's make that 1.5. Like there's 1.5. So I've got that at 1.5, and I make it this tall, and then I would put another 1.5 over here, which fills in the gap, and then there would have to be a 1/2 inch, a little strip above the cat, you know, to fill in there, and that kind of thing there. So now I have, whoops, not a little too long. So I can take these and make them like gray, so I know that they're pieces I have to cut. And then like to fill in up here, I could just take a strip of something, and that's 2 inches wide. So that could be like a checkerboard of 2-inch squares. Oops, take it gray. Okay, so there is how this section can come together. The other thing would be for me to, I mean, this worked out nice. There's a little strip here. If I were going to try to trim the elephant down, but I don't think so. I just think I'll just leave it as is. So that's how I have to work through the entire quilt. And you could do this on graph paper. You can do this with any kind of software you can find that has squares and a grid. It's all now just measuring. Remember, I'm looking at the block, and this coyote, when I put the ruler on top, is 10 by 12. This one is 10 1/4 by 10 1/4. This one is 7 1/4 by 9 3/4. That is the size with seam allowance, and I am building the quilt where I need to know the final size. I need to know its finished size in the quilt in order to know what to put together. So like here, this piece is showing 1.5 inches by 9 3/4. I have to cut it what? You add a 1/2 inch. So I have to cut this 2 inches wide by 10 1/4 inches wide. And so, you know, you have to do all of that to figure out your layout.
All right, that's another, then now we're gonna go finish measuring.
There are going to be a few things that change. So I did sort of work ahead. I know that that's going to have to happen. I'm going to adjust a little bit, and I'm going to be able to squeeze it in just a little bit more. And then after that, so tomorrow I'll show you the part 2 of that, and we'll also look at, on Thursday, we'll also look at fabrics, because I'm thinking of leaning green. So that's, to put the spacers. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. Now it's fall. It's fall in the Sloan zone, and I want to show you my home. So I'm going to show you first a few little prep things, and then we'll take the tour. I cannot tell you how much I love this quilt. It is called Harvest Moon. It is from a book called Summer Moon, and about 2 years after the book or so, they decided to, I think Fat Quarter Shop or somebody, my friend Lisa Alexander, decided to run it as a sew along with the fall fabrics. I think it was Lisa. And so I jumped in because I always loved it, but the fall fabrics, and there we go. We've got that guy up there, one of my all-time favorites. That's from the Layer Cake book, The Perfect 10. But I'd forgotten on the back, wait, let me flip it over. The back has some piece blocks, like extra piece blocks, and just squares, so the piece blocks, and then just the squares, repeating all the way out to the end. And I don't do that very often, but I so love it. And of course, here is my beloved candy corn. Look at that. Everything about this, I cannot love this quilt anymore. I love it, love it, love it. So it's going to go in the living room now. Okay. So I have to find the pillowcases and some other stuff. And I thought at one point I sorted these kind of by season. And I can see right here some fall things. And so I'll grab all that out and see what I can find. So here is all the stuff for searching for pillows. What a mess. But I have lots. They're not all pillows. They're not all pillows. These are like little projects. Look how cute this is. I'm going to have to hang that one up. This is free. This was from when I did the button club for the Fat Quarter Shop, when they ran a button club, and I always did a project for it. Same with the leaves. But there are, like, these are covers. And look, there's a cross stitch from, was that last year, for pillow? And then here's an older pillow cover I did. This one's so cute. This is dimensional. I just tacked it down. And these are all the little cards that I think they're Lori Holtz, and then you can mix and match what you put in them. Isn't that cute? My friend Cindy stitched that one for me. And then there's just other small projects, which of course I can't put them all up. But over here, then I've got the pillow forms to put pillows in, and then these are other seasons, not fall or Halloween. Okay, so now we got to do this. So here we'll start with the quilt that we just did this year. It is on a custom banner that was made by Ackfeld for me. They sold them for a few years, a long time ago, when I had the pattern called Let's Go Sew with the sewing machine first came out. And then a lot of you want to know how I put the quilts up, on the wall like this. I use just straight pins. See, from a distance you can't even see them. Well, you can see this one because I got lazy. I have to go get a small one. But also, this quilt is a free pattern on my website, the Candy Corn. I made it several times in different fabrics. This one I love doing was showcasing a bunch of cute buttons. Darling, darling, darling. So that's in the kitchen. And then we'll go. I decided to try, I didn't replace this. I might take that down when the pumpkins come back that we just did. Or I might try to stick the pumpkins across here. I don't know if that'll work. But I've got this table mat over my big buffalo check, black and white buffalo check. And these are real pumpkins. And I just bought the fall acorn this year. So cute. And there's the little gnome. And we've got just things in there. Probably they're not fall, but I just didn't feel like taking them out. So they're still in there. They're still in there. The bees cap. Look at that. Look at that guy. And then over above the bookcase, I do have my little tower that I put some of the things in here. This one was a gift. It's so cute, right? And I've got my birthdays often on Thanksgiving, and so I bought these turkey salt and pepper shakers. I need some turkey things. I don't have much turkey stuff, so that is a goal. Okay, over to the living room, and oh yes, my piece de resistance, my midnight moon. It just looks so awesome up there. And I've got this is one of my patterns from my website. Uses a jelly roll. There's the happy haunting pillow I just did. This fabric is like the one that goes, well, there's a lot of that fabric in here. And then this pillow is just a fabric that I love. Love. And this, so cute. Let's see, what else do I have? I've got over here on this little end table is a little cute little table mat, and this guy was a gift. I bought that last year. And let's see, I've got some more pillows. I think I showed you this one recently. It's a cross stitch. You can, this outline frame part is free. Then you buy all these cards you mix and match. I have to do another one for another season. My friend Cindy stitched that for me. And then this was one of the scrap blocks, and I made it up into the mini pillow. And I also have here, I usually put a little bit wider table runner. So I need to make a new table runner, and I have another one, but it's got green in it. I'm just not using green right now, so I went ahead and put the skinny one and my beautiful white pumpkin bowl and the little owl. And this was an ornament, or is an ornament. It was at a trade show. They were giving them away, so that was cool. Okay, now I do have here's the green. So I have a table runner that's just is these fabrics with green, but I don't want so much green. I can put another quilt here. I could do that. And we're going to do the quilted witch. And so it's perfect because I need another bigger quilt to hang on the ladder or to put across the couch. And then right now I have got the pumpkins from a couple years ago, pumpkins and bats, and then I did the extra border around it. It just fits so perfectly up there. Now the little white pumpkins will go here as soon as I put the binding on them. And so I will get that done here pretty soon. So let's go back and just see the room. Oh, I love coming down. So I come down the stairs. This is where I come in, and love seeing that hanging. So the pumpkin's all ready. I would love to have done some custom on here, but I decided that I don't enjoy doing that as much anymore. My left hand it gets fatigued really fast, and it's just not fun. So I decided I would just do the pretty wave stitch on it, which turned out really darling. And I went ahead and used the good fabric. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have had enough of this candy corn fabric. And I'm like, oh, maybe I need it for something else. I'm like, no, use it. Because what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You can't take it with you, You can't take it with you. So I might as well use it. But it's a struggle. It is a struggle for me to use nice fabric on the back of a wall hanging. I just think, oh, I can't see it. So I should use it and save it for something else. And then I'm using the same fabric here. So I will put this binding on and then hang it in the hall so we can see it. So the binding is on the little mini pumpkins, and here they are. Here they are, sweet as can be. Oh, so they look so good there. So I switch out quilts here for a lot of things. It's this very specific size, but try to find something that works. So I hope you enjoyed seeing all of these decorating. I still need to do something for the door, that pumpkin. So that is next on the agenda.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the tour. I really love switching them out, and I wanted to give you just a little bit more detail this time, show you some of my other little things that I have besides the quilts, because they bring me a lot of joy to have my tiny little collections and kind of put them together. The one in the middle of the dining room table is a bit chaotic. I should trim it down, but I just ran out of steam for that. So I thought, I'll just leave it like this. I'll do it for maybe I'll do it for Christmas for sure. I'll switch it out. All right, my friend, I love you. Mwah. Thank you for being here in the Sloan Zone. I will see you online.